PCCW Surveillance Data Sharing Platform is the partnership between PCCW Global and Frequentis Comsoft to host their surveillance data distribution system next generation in PCCW SWIM. Qualified states, administrations, and stakeholders can use it to publish or subscribe to surveillance data on CRV by following the guidelines of ICAO CRV Operation Group and SWIM Task Force. In March 2022, PCCW Global collaborated with Hong Kong Civil Aviation Department to conduct a proof of concept. This video will demonstrate two scenarios set up with Hong Kong Civil Aviation Department as the data contributor, two data consumers, one with an enterprise messaging system or EMS and one without, PCCW SWIM Registry, and the Surveillance Central Data Processor or SCDP, all connected with a Pseudo CRV network. In this first scenario, we demonstrate the SWIM Registry registration and subscription processes. It also shows that ADS-B* data can be transported via CRV network through the SWIM EMS. AMQP 1.0 was used for EMS to EMS communication. Hong Kong Civil Aviation Department registers on PCCW Service Registry as a surveillance data contributor. Its service detail is then listed. A data consumer can look up the requirements on how to subscribe to the data contributor's data feed from the PCCW Service Registry. For example, this could be the URL to access the service, who to contact to ask for login details, and what kind of data formats are available. After the data consumer has subscribed and completed the authorization process, surveillance data is distributed to the consumer directly from Hong Kong Civil Aviation Department through the EMS. From the result of this proof of concept, we can conclude that approximately 512K bandwidth is needed for high-density flight information region to distribute the surveillance data to a single consumer. In this second scenario, we demonstrate two concurrent data streams, one to the data consumer with EMS and one to the consumer without EMS. The SCDP can support EMS and non-EMS data consumers in one-to-many mode. This will relieve the bandwidth requirements from the data contributor. A consumer with EMS can subscribe and receive the surveillance data of Hong Kong Civil Aviation Department through the SCDP. Data consumers without EMS will receive a username and password from the data contributor. They can use a graphical interface to view the surveillance data from the contributor through the SCDP. The graphical interface has different features. For example, you can zoom in and out, as well as display other types of SWIM data. This proof of concept also demonstrates the tailor-made services available from the SCDP, which can be tailored to the needs of both data contributor and consumer. A contributor can decide how much of their own data to share, whilst the data consumer can subscribe to only the data that's relevant to them. Here, we can see how the data from the contributor could be processed by the SCDP, such as filtering by flight information region borders, by specific aircraft identification, or by different flight levels and data sources.